It's given very much failure. It's given very much hooey in it. I know you got some stuff to do because fall is coming up and you probably didn't even do it yet. Let's go. Come and worship the Holy God. What is going on, my gardening friends? It is finally the evening and I can be in the garden and not die, okay? Welcome to the Garden Diaries vlog. We are in episode 5, and if you're new, hey there, my name is Alexia and I'm a new gardener growing in zone 8B, and I basically take you on the ride, a weekly ride of the good, the bad, and the chaos of everything that's going on in my garden. Now, we've got a lot to do in this vlog, okay? I want to first give a shout out. I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but I'm going to put her at name on the screen right now because your girl came through with an easier way to fertilize. And I'm not going to lie to you. At first, the comments was really underwhelming, okay? We were not looking like we knew what we were going to do. We all were struggling. I felt like I was going to have to put together a support group or something for us when we have to fertilize the garden. However, I have been calling it fertilizing day, but she actually brought up the great idea to break it up. It doesn't have to be a fertilizing day, but a fertilizing few days or a fertilizing week. And she broke up her garden into zones. And so I'm going to try that. This is going to be my fertilizing week. And I'm just going to do 2 beds at a time because usually I can get through 2 beds without feeling like I'm about to die. And so it may take me about 3 days to fertilize, but I can work with that. I can work with that more than trying to do all of it in one day in this Texas heat. So shout out to you, friend, and shout out to everyone else who was also giving me some great ideas. Someone else said something about getting a hose attachment that can push it out for me. I didn't look into that because I'm not really looking into buying anything more for this garden. I'm already going broke, but I'm definitely going to try out this zoning system and I will let y'all know how that works for me. But that's neither here nor there. Let me get into what we're actually doing. We are about to completely change up the garden in preparation for fall. I don't know if I'm doing too much. I don't know if this is a great move. I'm going to kind of explain to you exactly what I'm going to do first. And then y'all can comment down below like, girl, you doing too much, or yes, girl, I see the vision, keep going. I'm probably gonna do it anyway because I already bought the supplies, but I still want to know your thoughts on it. But let me stop talking and show you what the plans are. Okay, so these are the plans. I am going to be creating a new trellising system similar to this one, just shorter, in this section here, which means I have to move all of this. I might even also move those back there as well to clear out this walkway. I need to replant this lemon balm and it looks so luscious, so I'm kind of sad about it, but I'm going to replant this into a new pot and I'm going to clear out all of this, clear out all of these snapdragons. Don't get me wrong, I still may be able to get another round of snapdragons, but I feel like they have served its purpose, especially for spring. They looked absolutely beautiful, but now I want to get some zinnias planted here, so I'm gonna wipe it out. Does it give me a little bit of anxiety? Yes. Am I still going to do it because I love chaos? Yes. So that's the plan for on this side. And then of course I obviously have to remove all of these here, and this has run its course. It was very beautiful, but I'm going to be replanting a new sunflower here, and oh man, these are all over the place. Let me get that out of here. And yes, and then I'm also going to be replacing all of these snapdragons as well. But while we're here, look who's starting to turn yellow. I am so excited. Sidebar, guys, sidebar. I'm sorry. It's on my brain right now, so I have to say it. So this side of the garden, honestly, it just gets way too much shade. Now, I understand that Texas heat is blistering, it's hot, and it will scorch the plants. However, this tree blocks out so much sun. Okay. Thanks. Bye. This is now I lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me go back. Shamor, I'm trying to get it together.
When an attractive man such as myself walks by, it's only right that you lose your train of thought. You know what I'm saying?
Bye. Move. Go. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, so Dang. All right, let me start fresh. So these plants over here are just not ripening as fast as they should because they barely get sun. Even when the sun is over here, this tree kind of blocks it. So it's a very filtered sun. These tomatoes have been on here forever, but they are just taking so long to ripen. They should have been ripening the first round that I harvested these, but like I said before, this is just not getting as much sun. And same for this bed here. All of the peppers that's in this bed, they're not ripening or producing as fast or as much as I wanted to because of the lack of sun. So I did learn my lesson for next year's summer. Remember, this is my first year of summer gardening, so cut me a little bit of slack. But I will be planting all of the tomatoes in the back bed and all the peppers in this bed. And of course, some grow bags all around it with the same amount of tomatoes and peppers, but just all on one side. And I'll probably have a lot of leftover spring things that I can put in this right side. Or is this is my right, my left? Okay. Well, y'all left, my right, I think, whatever. But I'll be able to have a lot of lettuce and kale and things that can last a little bit longer because it gets so much shade. I could do my beans and all of that stuff in these two beds here. So that's one tidbit that I learned, that, you know, you live and you learn, and we'll see what we can do for next year. And then lastly, I really don't like how these herbs are doing inside of this grow tower. This apple mint was beautiful. This mojito mint was beautiful. But I'm sure a bit of the heat is what's killing it, but I still want to actually put them now in these. I got these right from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm going to put them in there, and I'll be able to move them around, overwinter them, whatever the case may be. And I'll put strawberries in there. So that is a bit of the updates. I'm not going to obviously do all of that today, but I just kind of wanted to tell you what I've noticed in the garden since being out here. These mosquitoes is getting me, child. Let me be quiet and get to work. One last question. How do y'all feel about those mosquito jumpsuits? Because I had on one outfit, but clearly, as you can see, I had to change because they was just eating me up. They was tearing me up. I was a whole buffet out here. I don't really want to buy anything else for this garden, but if I should make the investment, let me know down below if a mosquito suit, one of those jumpsuits, is worth it when you're trying to do gardening work in this summer heat. Given very much failure. It's given very much hooey-ness. I mean, it's clearly a watering issue. Clearly a watering issue. But you live and you learn, and I'm just gonna try again for the fall. But this is my carrot harvest, y'all. Don't judge. Look, we look and we don't judge, okay? Okay, so excuse the mess behind me, but I know someone's gonna ask because someone asked on my last video. So I'm about to prepare the soil to up pot all the lemon balm that's in the corners of the bed, and I'm using the Living Earth organic compost from Lowe's. I'm using an organic raised bed and potting mix from Home Depot. I don't remember the name of it, so I'll put it over here somewhere. I'm also amending the soil with some plant tone, some earthworm castings, and some bone meal. That's literally all I'm going to be using to up pot the lemon balm, and that's basically all that I have in all my raised garden beds as well. So just in case you wanted to know. Okay, I'm a sweaty mess, but it is thundering. Like, y'all see them skies? And so we are racing against the clock to get all of this done. I'm gonna show you all that I did so far because I may have to end this day sooner than I wanted to, but let me show you. Okay, so I ripped everything out, and then I guess because of the weather I may have to go ahead and plant the zinnias in there tomorrow. I pulled out the carrots. I see this is something, I don't even know what this is, but I'm gonna leave it. Ooh, y'all hear that? Then hurry up, I went ahead and I ripped everything out along here as well. I may pull this beet. Let me pull it now because it's over with. Look at that. I suck at root crops, but this is what the trellis looks like. I was so stressed out, but honestly, I really love how it looks. And with all of the cucumbers and snap peas and pumpkins that I'll be growing over this trellis, I think by fall it'll look just like this. So I did that. Oh, and then I went ahead and I up potted those lemon balms, and they look really good here. So I want y'all to see what they look like now, because I don't know what they will look like tomorrow with, you know, the transplant and everything. I'm keeping it over here because this area gets very shady. I also transplanted an echinacea that I grew from seed. I grew this from seed and I grew this from seed, but this one looks like it's been getting eaten up. It's not really doing too well. I'm gonna still keep it over here in the shade to see how well they do. And yeah, so that's pretty much all that I got done today. The garden is in complete shambles, so that's obviously going to cause more stress for me tomorrow. But as my husband tightens up these T-post clips, I'm going to probably get as much cleaning as I can so I can just start off fresh in the morning with fertilizing, because I was supposed to fertilize but did not get that done. So that is what's going on right now in the garden, and I will see y'all in day 2. Bye. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to day 2 of this vlog. Now we are inside today because it is just way too hot to get anything done out there, but I do want to finish a lot of the things I didn't get to finish last night because we were rushing against the rain. I want to get it done later this evening. I don't have to do much. I just have to up pot all of the seedlings that are out there that have been hardening off this entire time. And I want to get everything fertilized, and I'm going to start with my zoning areas. And then of course I'm going to fertilize the pumpkins and the cucumbers that I have out there that I will be planting by the trellis, the new trellis. So I'm really excited that I got that project done. It wasn't honestly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was fairly easy and really quick to do. So I'm really glad. I love the way it looks, and I'm just praying that now I'm able to successfully grow things up the trellis as I did with the first one. So anyway, I do have a bit of work inside to do anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I have these seedlings. Ooh, yikes. I have these seedlings. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had started some seeds in my part 2 of episode 4 vlog. If you haven't gone to see that, make sure you go ahead and click the link that is in the description so you can keep up to date with what we got going on over here. I have some more seedlings that are underneath the camera right now that you can't see, but I'm going to be basically putting all of these into bigger seed trays, and then I'm going to be using this tray to get another round of zinnias and different flowers and things that I want to grow in here. I do have a lot of flowers that are starting to sprout inside. They're not ready to be up potted yet, but I need more. I need more flowers, and so I'm going to be growing a lot of flowers, especially because in my next vlog, the next project we're going to be touching on is finally getting that cottage core started. So without further ado, let's go. Let's get straight into this video. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to get this work done and talk to y'all at the same time, because I really have a lot on my mind that I want to share with you all, especially for the fact that I'm up potting these seedlings right now, and it really had me thinking about, we don't grow when life is easy, when it's comfortable. We grow when we're uncomfortable. We grow when we're in seasons of trials. We grow when we're vulnerable, when we're transparent. And after looking at these seedlings, it just reminded me of the fact that we grow when we stay rooted in Christ and when we stay faithful to his word. And that's the hardest thing for me. Like, I'm someone who is always ready to go. I'm always ready for the next thing. I want to do the next opportunity. I'm always on the move. And that is a breeding ground for discontentment. That's a breeding ground for impatience. And I'm in a season of life of stretching right now. And I'm realizing that through this stretching, I have to stay grounded. I have to stay rooted where I am. I have to stay patient in the season that he's had me in, because if I don't, it's only going to make my growing journey even longer. And I suggest, honestly, for anyone, if you're in a season of trials, if you're in a season of just pain or just stagnant, I want to really encourage you to stay in your word if you aren't already. And if you aren't, get in your word, because honestly, the Lord is the only one that puts us in these seasons. We can't outgrow these seasons on our own. We can do nothing apart from the Lord, right? And so once your mind shifts to the fact that you have control and you can do and you can outgrow and you can manifest and you can, everything you based, that's when you're setting yourself up for failure. You're literally not growing. You're not in the way in which you want to grow, not in the way in which we're supposed to grow as Christians in regard to storing our treasures up in heaven. You'd be growing where it looks like you're storing up a bunch of treasures, but here in this world, right? And that's not what we're striving for. We're striving for holiness. We're striving for Christ-likeness. Not just trying to like talk at you or anything like that, because I'm definitely talking to myself. But when we are content where we are actually truly trying to learn the lessons of life that the Lord is presenting us, when we are really truly trying to grow spiritually, and that is a rough thing to do. Growing spiritually doesn't just mean remembering scripture and going to church on Sunday. Growing spiritually is hard. It means pruning out the things that are in your heart. When people say, oh, God knows my heart, yeah, I know, and it's ugly. And that's the point of why we have to grow. That's the point of why we need him to give us a clean heart, a new heart, removing the things that are no longer serving, not us, because they're not serving us, but they're not serving him, and instilling the things that do serve him in his glory, for his honor, for his plan. And I think when we honestly live in this life where everything is so me focused, I want this, I need this, I have to do this, we forget about the gospel. We forget about why Jesus died on the cross for our sins. We forget about the purpose of that. We forget about what that looks like in our lives. And I'm sorry, I went on a whole tangent. I'm not even working anymore. Anyway, but to close this out really quickly so I can actually start working, because when I get to talking about the Lord, it's hard to do two things at once. Like, he gets the undivided full attention, and that's how it should be in our lives. Our lives should look like God first. We wake up, it's God first. Message, Alexia, God first. And then the rest of our schedule follows. We don't have our schedule and then we try to fit God in along the way. That's not how this works. That's not how our lives work. And that's not what God did for us. God didn't say, oh, I see y'all down there, but I'm going to do whatever I have to do before I send my son to die for you on the cross. What if he did that, right? Like, the grand scheme of things, what if he did that? If he waited because he had all these other things to do and all these other to-do lists before sending his son down on the cross, we would be toast. We would have to deal with a world that is broken with no hope. Like one of those scary movies where there's literally no way you can get away from the killer. There's no way you can get away from the natural disaster. There's no hope in this movie and everyone dies. What if he did that for us? That would be detrimental. But he didn't. He gave us his only son, and he told us about giving us his only son right in the beginning. Right in the beginning, he said there was a plan in motion for our salvation. And so let's just take a second to rejoice in that, to rejoice in the fact that whatever season the Lord has us in, we're in this season for a reason. And as long as we stay rooted in his word, as long as we stay faithful to his word, as long as we stay rooted and faithful to him, all things will work out for his glory. And so that's my little message before I get to work, because I got a lot to do, and clearly I'm not good at talking and working at the same time. So let me stop. Go ahead, carry on. Let's plant these seeds. If you got your seeds to plant, come on, get your stuff together. Pause it real quick, get your stuff together. We had a nice little powwow. Now let's go ahead and get these seeds either started or up potted. Come on, I know you got some stuff to do because fall is coming up and you probably didn't even do it yet. Let's go, let's go.
Forever a holy God, come and worship the holy God.
rest of the plants back in here because it was just too much to try to do all of that. And I did not start planting seeds. I did not. I know I came at y'all crazy about getting them started. We're gonna try again tomorrow. And if you didn't, you can still try again tomorrow. But this is some of the flowers that's starting to sprout for me. Okay, y'all. It is now coming towards the end of the day and I'm burnt out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm burnt out. But I'm out here because we just finished eating dinner and I need to get to these chores before it gets dark. I'm racing against the clock. I actually need to change my clothes because I'm literally looking at the mosquitoes come and running towards me right now like free food. Let me go change my clothes. You see we got that fit on with the pockets. I am so exhausted. I'm tired. I need a nap. What am I gonna do? Do it tonight or do it tomorrow morning? Do it tomorrow morning or do it tomorrow evening? So many decisions. Let me just get it done. I know the ending of this vlog is all over the place, but I think I'm just gonna close out the vlog here because I am really tired and I still have a lot of editing to do to make sure that this video gets posted tomorrow. So I'm gonna do as much as I can with planting what I already laid out. As far as the sunflowers, I'm gonna hope they survive another day so I can plant them in tomorrow, but that will be in the next Thursday's vlog. I post every Thursday, so make sure you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell so you never miss another video from me. We have another big garden project coming next Thursday, so you don't want to miss what I'm doing again in this chaotic garden. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.